Hi, I'm Araba.
And I'm Christina Collins. Welcome to African Lifestyle.
Today on African Lifestyle, we have a different show for you all.
And we invited our own Jomo Stavelfield, director, producer of African Lifestyle, to join us in this discussion. We'll be right back.
Looking for a place that has all your African needs? The Live G Fashion Boutique in Prince William County is just for you. Located at 14804 Build America Drive, we carry beauty and skincare products, jewelry, a wide selection of clothing for the entire family, and much more. Live G Fashion Boutique, the one-stop shopping in nearby Woodbridge, Virginia. For more information, call us at 703-490-1050. That's 703-490-1050.
Gainesville Family Dental Center is a state-of-the-art facility with deep ties to the African community. GFDC staff regularly travels to Africa, providing dental care to many who cannot afford a dentist. This type of dedication is the core of our belief that everyone, regardless of circumstances, deserves a beautiful smile. Gainesville Family Dental Center, 703-368-1272. Tricon International is the link between Africa and the rest of the world. Tricon is at the front line of emerging markets with products and services for the 21st century. Tricon Shipping and Brokering are our flagship services, and we have developed a direct link from the Washington, D.C. area to most of West Africa. Tricon also have monthly shipping to Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. Tricon International, 703-405-3118. Advertise your business on African lifestyles and reach the African community. For more information, call 703-896-6212 or visit us on the web at afrilifetv.com. African Lifestyles, connecting business and community. Coco. Contemporary African fashion and designs by Coco. Designs that make a statement while embracing the African culture. Coco. Sexy, elegant, youthful. Coco. African motif with contemporary flair. Coco. Extraordinary designs by Coco. Visit African Design Boutique and Gift Shop at 395 Garrisonville Road in Stafford, Virginia. Coco.
Welcome back. We are talking about issues affecting Africa, especially economic crisis. And we are bordering the first discussion on Obama's policies pertaining to Africa. John.
Well, you see, Obama, lots of Africans all over the country, all over the world for that matter, we holding our breath to see what policies or what issues Obama going to come out with towards Africa. Just recently, we all got excited because he just nominated Johnny Carson to be the assistant Secretary of State, and he will be in charge of African affairs or African policies. That's very exciting for all of us who have interest in Africa, because Mr. Carson has he has been ambassador to three African countries.
Yes.
Right.
And he was also working on Capitol Hill on the subcommittee of African affairs. So this is someone who has experience on the continent. He knows what the policies are.
Right.
Yeah, he knows the people. He knows the culture. And I think it's a bold step from the Obama's government
That's it.
that Africa is about to become an important
Yeah.
part of his administration.
Right. And
Yeah.
you know what? I think he's been to about 40 African provinces or so. So you're right. He knows so much. He's well depth into African affairs.
This man's career has been about Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
So he knows whatever the Africans need and
Right.
all the problems we're facing.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
talking
so-
about what African needs, he's even started talking about, freedom of speech for
Oh,
the
okay.
media.
For media,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so crucial because the tenets of democracy
Right.
is that you can't really have true democracy without freedom of the press.
Right.
Right.
And in this country we know that the press is what we call the fourth estate. In other words,
Yeah. Right.
they're the ones that oversee the government.
Yeah.
So the government becomes responsible.
Right.
And so having that and media and journalists to be able to report the stories as they are,
As they are. Yeah.
right? It is tremendous.
Yeah. I
Because
believe that.
some countries don't want you to say what is happening. You can't open your mouth.
No,
And
right,
all
right.
this, which is not right.
Yeah,
you
the only
know?
thing the media can do is to say good things,
Things
about
about
the
the
government,
yeah.
whether
Right.
they're
It's
doing
not
right
good.
or not, and that's
It's
wrong.
not good at all.
And he also mentioned Obama's government supporting the African leaders who want to stand up for the right thing.
But I think in all you have to give George Bush some credit, even in that area.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yes,
He did well too.
George Bush had, for some strange reason, regardless of his policies,
Right.
he had an interest in Africa.
Right. He did.
definitely.
He went to
And
Ghana,
lot-
right?
Right.
Yeah.
He went to Ghana.
And Kufuor, former president of
Yeah.
Ghana,
He did a lot
They
with
were
it.
like pals, you
Yeah,
know.
right.
He helped Ghana a lot, Senegal,
Right.
and
But,
all that.
but many will argue that George Bush only did what I think any other presidents would do, simply because if you look at the progression of the world, Africa is the only continent that's been left behind. We have all the natural resources,
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we do.
but why are we not doing well as
know.
other nations, other continents? And so I think George Bush, I don't think he was a bad guy. I mean, some of his policies are
I
questionable.
love George Bush.
The
I
only
love
thing-
Obama. I love George Bush.
Yeah,
too.
well,
The only thing was the war thing. That's all.
I think. Well, I disagree with that. I think it's more than just the war. I mean, some of his policies
yeah,
were just
yes.
absolutely horrendous.
right, but
Yeah.
the most important one that people didn't agree was the war too.
The war set on a lot of on the American people conscious, people in the world. It set on our conscience, and it was a big issue. The arrogance, of the American
The
superpower.
arrogance,
Right.
yes, that's
know.
it, which Obama is trying to change.
right.
America is superpower,
Right.
but
But
we
still-
got to do the right thing and follow human rights and all that. Anyway, enough about Bush. Yeah, ECOWAS is trying to help Africa.
Right.
Like before off screen, you were talking about this Indian guy the Nobel Prize winner,
Yes.
who brought the idea of this
micro
loan.
Right.
You
Right.
see, and in Liberia, I heard that there's this lady called Amelia who got a loan for $83.
Right.
She cracks rocks for road building, and then she went to get more loan to do
Yeah.
extra.
How
Isn't
can
that
somebody?
amazing?
She's clever because how can somebody just use $85? Right?
$83,
$83
even that
to create something
in
like
Africa
that.
it's big money. It's
It
not
is though,
$83.
but to create such a business.
Yeah, but the microloan, Africa is so ripe for that concept.
Yeah, it's about time.
It is, and and most of the business people, overwhelming majority of the business people in Africa, they're a small mom and pop operation.
Yeah.
And do you know something that I also saw was the Kenya. In Kenya, these ladies has formed an association, and they give themselves some loan. They get a big loan from the government, and they give it to the association give it to themselves, and they create small businesses for themselves. I saw it in, yeah, which wasn't bad.
And those microloans, the reason why they work is because most of these countries, the economy is so localized, and so the money stay within the community. You know, and so I mean, and Africa countries across the continent, they are ripe for this idea of the microloans, and it's amazing that we haven't really embraced it years and years and years ago, because I think would have been proven very successful in building small businesses.
Because when I went to Ghana recently, and it's not a recent thing, it's always been there. Almost every home you see a small store. Even my mom, in front of her store, she has a salon in her house, you know. And then I saw that it was even more than it used to be. Micro businesses. You see these people carrying their wares on their heads and selling their good stuff.
But you know, Christina, it is for Africa to move forward. It's all about business. But I do see Rick putting his finger up, so we do have to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Gainesville Family Dental Center is a state-of-the-art facility with deep ties to the African community. GFDC staff regularly travels to Africa, providing dental care to many who cannot afford a dentist. This type of dedication is the core of our belief that everyone, regardless of circumstances, deserves a beautiful smile. Gainesville Family Dental Center, 703-368-1272. Tricon International is the link between Africa and the rest of the world. Tricon is at the front line of emerging markets with products and services for the 21st century. Tricon shipping and brokering are our flagship services, and we have developed a direct link from the Washington, D.C. area to most of West Africa. Tricon also have monthly shipping to Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. Tricon International, 703-405-3118.
Coco. Contemporary African fashion and designs by Coco. Designs that make a statement while embracing the African culture. Coco. Sexy, elegant, youthful. Coco. African motif with contemporary flair. Coco. Extraordinary designs by Coco. Visit African Design Boutique and Gift Shop at 395 Garrisonville Road in Stafford, Virginia. Coco.
Advertise your business on African lifestyles and reach the African community. For more information, call 703-896-6212 or visit us on the web at AfriLifeTV.com. African Lifestyles, connecting business and community.
Welcome back. Before we went to the break, we were talking about micro businesses in Africa, and this means a lot to the African. Now, what impact is it going to have on us, the positive impact, especially those of us abroad? Because there are a lot of people who have big ideas. They want to build businesses, and yet they go back to Africa to build their businesses, and then they come back.
Well, a lot of them come back, because the business didn't work out.
Right.
Because I think what this proves is that when you start a business small, there's a better chance of your business surviving. Simply because, again, the overwhelming majority of businesses in Africa are the small mom and pop operation. Yeah. And again, it's a localized economy. So a lot of people who go back, they go back with a lot of grandiose ideas. They want to open a factory, they want to open a this, and of course, it requires money and sustainability. And so if you don't have the customers to sustain that kind of business, you go under quick. But the businesses who are catering to the everyday needs of the people, those are the businesses that I see surviving.
Like restaurants, small businesses like telephone services.
Yeah,
and
they
all
have
this,
something like communication center.
Opening a small shop.
Yeah, even the money changers are making money. I mean,
yes,
they're surviving.
making a lot of money. Buying, selling of telephone cards, and all this. You see kids standing on the street. These kind of businesses last a long time.
Okay, my question is, Jomo, you were talking about, people having these big ideas of opening factories. Does that mean that nobody can go back and open